Well, hey there everybody, welcome back for a quick Thursday look at what's going on around here. Before we get started on the actual basis of the video, I want to show you something I'm super excited about today. This El Oro de Ecuador pepper that has been in so many videos because I've been waiting on that right there. We are finally starting to get some of the proper ripe color on there. So I'm thinking maybe another week, doing a live stream tasting those. I'll definitely want to make sure I save the seeds from that one properly though. Don't need those ending up in my keyboard. Looks like this one's going to be joining it soon. So yes, that's very exciting, but that's not what we're going to talk about today. A lot of you, quite understandably, have been wondering when I'm going to get around to converting this old Longshed into a greenhouse like I said I was going to do a while ago. And I am quite passionate about getting a greenhouse up and running, and I desperately need a longer season. So, you know, why haven't you done that yet, JT? Well, the truth is, it doesn't really work because all of these trees up above it block an awful lot of light. It's not exactly airtight. It's not exactly going to keep any heat in there. But all of these things that make it less than ideal for a greenhouse kind of make it completely ideal for a rabbit tree. You know, here's another angle on the trees up above this Longshed. You know, it never really gets very warm in here. So that's not really ideal for a greenhouse. However, it is at least 10 degrees colder in here on one of the hottest days that I've been out here for so far than it is just outside the door. Even though this is an enclosed structure and all that junk, it's significantly cooler in here. So yeah, not good for a greenhouse. Not going to work for me at all. But if you look at the way this is set up, I've got a good 4 feet plus all the way along there that there's really no obstruction in, and it's offset the other way back here. So what I'm thinking is I am going to clean this up, as I'm going to need to do for any project, and we'll get into that in a second. I'm finding all kinds of fun stuff. But anyway, I'm going to clean this up, and then I'm going to start with our rabbitry situation here, just like I was going to do when I was going to make it the greenhouse. But I think I might like put in a chicken wire or a mesh something in the middle, and I might start chickens on this end because that is our compost pile right out there. So if they're here and they have good access to the compost, then I get, you know, better compost. But let's talk about this compost pile for a second anyway, shall we? Now the obvious assumption is you see a compost pile like this and you're thinking, yeah, that is going to be a happy garden one day. None of this is going into first year edible gardening experiences. This has had way too much dog feces in it, and there are bacterial issues that go along with that. I don't believe this actively gets to a high enough temperature over the course of the summer to, well, eliminate that risk. So instead, things here are allowed to decompose for a ridiculously long time, and then they're going to be used where we need to level the property, fill in holes from these random bricks and stuff that we're finding in the ground. There are big boards in the ground, and basically that's why I call this the landscaping compost pile, because that's pretty much all this is going to get used for. That said, we have the snake house pile back here that is constantly being covered up with twigs and stuff, so they've got lots of room to tunnel through, but there has never been dog waste put into this pile here, or any of the stuff going along the edge of the fence. And that is true all the way up to and including this curved garden here, just before we believe the fence, the property line is. Which is great, because I'm going to be putting food crops into here. In point of fact, I was talking about it with shocks. I'm going to be pulling off this top layer of branches because I just tossed those over, cleaning this up so I could mow that up nice and easy with the riding mower. But anyway, I'm going to pull these off, and then I found a whole bunch more wild raspberries, so I'm just going to plant the canes in a nice long curve here. That way we can enjoy them, the neighbors can enjoy them, and they should get plenty of sun, so hopefully be nicely productive. You know, hopefully being, as always, my key word. So I got a little bit to do there. Not doing that today. A little warm for that today. Maybe on a cloudy, potentially rainy day, I'll get around to that. But anyway, the main topic of conversation today was that I am, not going to be converting this to a greenhouse. I am going to be converting this for livestock. That seems a whole lot more appropriate. There's a lot of really random stuff in here. I don't know what I'm going to end up doing with. Like this here, I believe is an awning for a window that we don't have anymore, but if I take that canvasy nylon-y stuff off of there and put some of that clear plastic on it, maybe I could turn that into a fold-up, fold-down cold frame? Goes up against the house or something? I don't know. Then I've got all these doors here. Some of them have good glass, some of them have no glass, some of them are just needing to go to the dump. But I don't know. Probably going to save those for greenhouse doors, because I mean, why not, right? Got a, what was that stuff called? Formica countertop up there. No idea what I'm going to do with that. And then we've got these old baseboard heaters. So I've got a lot of cleaning up I've got to do in here. But I've already found some really kind of interesting and random things that we did not bring with us. And here's a cute little mouse thingy. I'm pretty sure this is one of those slow release waterers. An Oya, basically. I think that's what that is. And then this, I initially thought it was an incense burner, because that's, just the way I think. But that kind of looks like one of those citronella coils to me. So I'm thinking that was probably just a nice handy way to deal with them dang mosquitoes that are so plentiful out here. See, all my Folgers cans are plastic, so you know this one wasn't mine. But there's so much just random stuff in here. Some of it's useful, some of it's not. I'll have to go through it all before I put any livestock in here. Especially anything as free range and curious as chickens. So that's going to be interesting. I'm sure, I'll show you guys all kinds of random finds along the way. What is this? Christmas tree stand? How long has that been up there? Or is it being used as structural support? Oh, I'm going to have to look into that. I think it might just kind of be hanging over the rafter there, but I'm not going to find out right now. I got too much stuff on the ground I got to deal with before I can start pulling from the rafters. However, yesterday, pulling from the rafters, I found myself a couple of great solar dehydrator kits. It looks like every window screen from every window renovation ever at this place has been saved, because we've got all these white-bordered ones here, and then from clearly larger windows, we have these aluminum-edged ones, significantly larger. I got 3 at that size, get the bigger one there. So yeah, I tried using one of these as a compost screen. Far too fine. Not surprised, but me, I had to give it a go. But I do think they should stack up nicely for, I can take another go at a solar dehydrator. Why not? I'd rather not use electricity to dry dandelion leaves to feed my fish. And that too is that strange little combination of cheap, thrifty, broke, I don't know. But I'd rather not spend even the little bit on electricity if I can avoid it. So yeah, my previous attempt at solar dehydrating wasn't done properly by any means. You can guess, just how not properly it was. But I'll show you when I get started on that one there. I do intend to separate it with something, bricks, logs, I don't know. I'll figure it out when I do it. Again, you guys who follow the channel, that's just kind of how my projects go. Okay, I've got an idea today. Now let's see if I can find some parts. And on that note, I think I'm going to wrap it up for today. I will see you guys tomorrow where we will take a bit more of a look at all the chili peppers that are growing on. And then come Saturday, well, I ain't got no idea what's going on Saturday, so we'll find out then. Take care, everybody.